I believe in you, that's what it'll say. Nice and kind, bleeding cobalt ice. He's a blue, cute, and deadly little guy. Seeing through the fog, old gods he's slain. Go 7, go 7, go 7, go 7. Go 7, go 7, go 7. Go 7. Go 7, king of the game. I believe in you, that's what it'll say. Nice and kind, bleeding cobalt ice. He's a blue, cute, and deadly little guy. Seeing through the fog, old gods he's slain. Go 7, go 7, go 7, go 7. Go 7, go 7, go 7. Go 7. Go 7, king of the game. I believe in you, that's what it'll say. Nice and kind, bleeding cobalt ice. He's a blue, cute, and deadly little guy. Seeing through the fog, old gods he's slain. Go 7, go 7, go 7, go 7. Go 7, go 7, go 7. Go 7.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome. A nice chill stream today. As always, as always. Could look at games, I could play a game. You know what? Problem is, if I play a game, it's no longer a chill stream. Dude, like that? Well, it changes. Oh, it changes the little icon on the left. Dark before fluff. I won't be. I don't think I'm reviewing any more map contest submissions. Mostly the first round of the submitted maps have been decided. I'm just waiting for Silvera to get his in, and then we'll move on to the second round. There's a few maps that I said no to, but I'm like, maybe I'm being harsh, and I'll let the other judges decide if they should get to the second round. You hope my kidneys are well. Thank you, thank you. That's such a kind statement, though my pancreas is my favorite. It will be chill if I play with the wacky map and rules. Like teams or tag? That's not an option here, is it? I'll try the new maps, unrated. If I get wacky rules there. I have great kidney aura. Thank you. I do drink as much water as the kidneys demand. The perfect balance. Yeah, it was over 200 maps submitted. Oh, I could set something up with viewers. That's true. I'm against Mr. Red. Tier 1. Tier 1 has Max? Sasha, Nell, Hawk? What are these tier 1 picks? I mean, for fun, I can try Nell. I hate Nell so many times, so much. How many survived the first round? I have to go and look. It was quite the culling, though. I should also look at this map. I'll probably do like that, and then I can open another window. Is Nell any good on this? Oh, it's base light. Base light Nell does sound absolutely awful. I should really go Sasha. Would be my instinct. There also looks like there's probably a turn advantage thing going on in the center of this map. Seems kind of iffy. But since this is an unrated game, I'll commit to the Nell just for the fun of it. And so I can complain about it. Hey everybody, Go7 King of the Penguins here. Welcome back to the Bird Cage for another live queue stream. And birdies, let's spice up games by playing ourselves. Sit back and watch me take my rightful place on top. This is unrated. Okay, nice sizable Nell versus Max. Man, I mean, honestly, Nell had no good matchups here. So it is what it is. We'll see what we can do. What a strange look at this city. This city makes me think APC opener. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You don't even have a great drop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 drop off. It's like, yeah. I guess you could go like here, drop off. That's not amazing though. Yeah, I think that's just bait. Plus, I'm against Max. I mean, I'm already playing as Nell. I shouldn't try and do an APC. But the reason it makes me think of an APC opener is that you'd have your infantry go over here, and then it finishes as capture, and then you'd have the APC built for it to hop into. 87% kidney percentage. That's impressive. Okay. Oh, they went back here immediately. Wow, that's so spicy. I think I'm going down here. I don't think I want copters just yet. Forward captures seem pretty good. Maybe the APC opener isn't that wild. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And it doesn't even reach the middle though. Do I go backwards for the capture now? You want to go here. I'm thinking like sending this guy straight to the middle. You know what? I'll try it. We can do the backwards capture on the next turn. It's not like it's that important. Oh, there is a tower locked behind the T-copter. Interesting. It does kind of incentivize going for artillery, I guess. Man, this is base light. I do have to get the airport soon. It is base light. Go. Can't city skip that. I'm gonna walk straight down. Take a swing. I think we're going for the airport first. I'll plan on getting a T-copter to evacuate this guy, maybe. Make sure to follow. Doesn't. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Drop off. Okay. You would have like get this city faster, and then you can like pick up. That's true. I mean, the APC opener is probably not completely dead in the water. I guess Max, it probably is completely dead in the water, though. Is Max being Max? Oh! But they did it wrong. They are going for the APC opener. They're just chilling in the APC. Ooh, I get to be the aggressor. How fun is that? I get to decide, how do I want to be here? There's so many comm towers, I just realized. Why am I even sitting? You go for here, you go for here, and we kind of have that. So, start sending you down here. Goes here, drop off. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I can't reach that one, but I can mess with other stuff. I can also go center. They can go tank next turn as well. I don't think I have a huge rush for the tank, so could go artillery. You know what? If they're going APC, I have the choice. I'm going to choose artillery. Like, I can either try and out harass them, but I think the APC is late enough that I don't really mind. I mean, they better unload that infantry. If they don't, it's like a huge red, like, detrimental, very detrimental to them. They might be going for the comm tower really quick. Oh my gosh, but now they're going to be like down on money. So painful. I'm just going to start the center captures. Just go for them. The captures as we see them. A little bit boring, but it like is. This didn't time out well with the transport copter, but it's fine, I guess. I don't have a... We're still building a tank here. I don't have a comm tower. The Nelec doesn't do anything here, but I do want to get the unit count up pretty high. I guess they're going for the comm tower. Or maybe they're trying to go for these captures quickly. Should be fine. Do I even want a T-copter or just build another tank? Got some options. They're sending the tank out into the center. I'll have my own tank to cover. It is a Nell tank against a Max tank. It's not like the best matchup, but the terrain in the center is pretty garbage for the Max tank, so the luck will hopefully do something. we're gonna shoot here. 40%. And this hits for 15%. If I had a comm tower, I'd just kill it with the artillery shot, but I'd have to do the tank shot as well. That does kind of make me not want to continue going down into the middle. It's not right away. Maybe this would have been the better one to shoot down to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, I couldn't really reach that with the artillery. It's not a real option. So just, I think I do transport copter. Maybe do this. Okay. I thought about sending the infantry over to start capping here. They are going for the comm tower quickly. But I like the forward captures here. And it makes this tank have to choose like where it's going. Is if I go over here and then this tank goes up here, my tank from here doesn't actually cover these captures, which is really sad. And I kind of need it to finish breaking the pipe seam. Ooh, my opponent went with battlecopter right away. Ooh, double base skip battlecopter. Spicy. Spicy, spicy. Ooh, sends the tank up. That just gives me this capture for free. I could have made my infantry stand around for a turn because my tank wouldn't protect me. He just really wants to deny this comm tower. Okay. Comm towers are nice, but they don't give you money. Just a little heads up. Money is real good. Some may say that money is even overpowered. Now the question is, do I want to get mechs? Now I can answer you copter for copter and not fall down on infantry, so you gotta be careful. Oh, hello. No, don't go there. Don't go there. This you're supposed to start the capture there. Okay. Aggressive. Where the tank's going. Hi. What's up? Another tank over here. Are you gonna build another copter? Tank in the middle, tank up here. Sure. Anti-air. I do have a copter. Yeah. Infantry. no safe spot for that, guys. Okay. We'll take this capture. This capture. Down here. Copter's probably gonna make us run away. Meantime, we'll do a little swing. Up. And he's threatening there. I need to build another copter wars. Fine. Go for this capture. One, two, three, four, five, six, right? Tank here. March. More infantry. Okay. Probably. I don't really. No, I need to go here. I have to go here. Here. I think if I go here, then tank plus infantry could kill the transport copter, and that would be so embarrassing. Rude. That is my T-copter. Usually it's not very worth it to attack transport copters. Just because... Unless you're setting up to like kill them later on. Just because they still transport units as effectively. My infantry. Stop picking on my infantry. Anti-air decided to go. Got little lakes dividing stuff up. I do think the middle might have to get forfeited to Mr. Red here. We'll see. The tank is just so juicy up top, it's hard to resist. Ooh. The mech. The mech. I thought about mechs. I did. Go hide out on my little island here. Life is sweet. I am going to go after this tank. So... there. There. Finish this capture. Let's see. I think there? Yeah, that makes sense. We got captures to do over here. So we're going to attack you. Finish you off. Capture. 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 It's a little bit dicey. I think we're gonna have to give up that city. It might have been a little aggressive to go for it, but I think I'll be able to get it back in the future. Whoa, I can't do that. Can I do that? How did I do that? I should have seen if the battlecopter would have moved. I don't know how I got that action. Oh, what the artillery is doing is it's stopping the copter from hitting my copter. If this artillery wants, it can hit me. Knock me down to 4 probably, but then it dies. I just go back to a city. If the anti-air comes over, I have the tank to help the copters out. The artillery won't die. It's fine. Ooh. Oh, now I get some choices. My copters don't cover against this tank, but it's kind of in my territory. But now since this guy lives, I can interrupt this capture, and that might be something I want to do long term because I can kind of move a lot of units over here. Hey, that's my HQ. Excuse me? Excuse me? Who said that you were allowed? King Stephen, I think I remember you. Oh, Nell, this Nell is in tier 1. Oh, you're right. Okay. It doesn't let me. Would be wild. That might be a stealer hack, is to trick the game into thinking it's your turn you just like start moving your units on their turn. Make it a truly live game. Look at this. If I could move it, I know. What is this brazen harassment? It doesn't quite stop me from taking the comm tower. It's a little odd to me that all of the anti-air left this vicinity, because my main strike force is definitely the air units. I do like this these units stopping the tank from getting kind of trapped in here. I'm just gonna go straight down here, start capturing here. All the units abandon this comm tower. I guess I'll take it. I am going to smack this because that's my city. Probably want to keep this copter around. Start rotating the tank back. Don't really want to lose my HQ, as you might have guessed. So we're going to keep an infantry on there. Ugh. I like that the tank can just kind of... I guess it's fine. Like, the tank can attack my infantry from nice terrain, but there's enough stuff around to make that not very appealing. I'm just gonna chill where you are. Just kind of scoot up one tile. We're fine. We are here. Evac. Helicopter. Tank. Infantry. You're a little excess, so I'll send you down here. I mean, it's probably wise to have the backup infantry, but whatever. I do what I want. Oh, the artillery, of course. Let's just move you here. Other side of the woods. Have a good one, King Stephen. There are, if you really want to, there are many streams to go through. There is a viewer who is very steadily going through every single one, and they leave comments. So I get to watch as they track through. How rude, by the way. That 2 health infantry was just trying to get its health back. And the reason why I'm trying to prioritize, like, I'm not trading in too many infantry is because I'm a Luxio and I want to have as many units as possible for when I go for my powers. Why no Go7 anti-airs? I am very confident in my unit spam. As Luxios, I tend to go more sparingly on the anti-airs because air units don't have any defensive terrain. So if they ever dive into my army, if I have a power, which I'll probably have once they're at that stage, my infantry can be my anti-airs. It's what I do a lot as Jugger. And, you know, in theory, it should work even better with Nell. That is not a safe copter, sir. Sir? Or ma'am? No, it's Mr. Red. Sir? This infantry is not a good wall. Now keep in mind, you do have to keep a copter or anti-air around here, otherwise I can't interrupt that. This tank is safe. Oh, the copter almost guards the copter. It's so close. If enough damage goes through, that definitely protects it. My tank can't reach. Well, I guess it doesn't. It doesn't really protect it because I can bring the artillery over. I can like copter hit artillery, and then if the anti-air hits the copter, my artillery hits the anti-air. I'll probably do that. Mr. Red is Red Halo's secret alt. This transport copter has like forever to go. I could use it for walling. I think it's fine. I don't need to use it for walling. Maybe this tank needed to not quite go so far back. I was just thinking I might need to bring it back here if Mr. Red goes all in on the HQ. Transfer copter 1, 5, 6, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 3. I guess it's only 4 turns to get down there. It's definitely worthwhile if one transport copter can get 2 comm towers in 2 cities. Did my turn flip over and I didn't know? No. Oh no, Mr. Red. You've taken all possible actions. You gotta end your turn. You don't want to lose time. The turns are just gonna get more complex from here on out. I will be going for triple towers. I mean, I'll be going for quad towers. I'll get double tower this turn. And it's going to be infantry, infantry kills infantry, infantry kills infantry, copter hits copter, copter hits APC, infantry hits APC. Or I might go for the infantry. I don't think I will, though. I think I'll use this guy to hit the infantry. It'll be infantry plus infantry, kill infantry. I don't even know what I'll do with this tank. I'll probably just move it down here to chase this tank and put the tank back up. Copters to cover copters. I'll be copter hits infantry here. Artillery moves onto the shoal. Maybe? No. Yeah. Artillery moves on the shoal. Infantry goes onto the city. Tank just moves, I guess, here as this infantry goes for this comm tower. And then if Mr. Red moves this infantry, they have the anti-air hit my copter, then my artillery fires on it, and I'll have this tank to attack. So it'll be an anti-air for a copter trade, well, an injured copter, but I also deny a city at the same time. Mr. Red! No, Mr. Red! And it says Mr. Red's here. Maybe they just walked away. Can I tap the pause button? I can. I didn't know you could pause in live games. I don't think it's a rage quit. They took all their actions. Unless they just... I mean, they might have seen that this copter just gets bopped by my copter and this doesn't actually cover. But they might get the power. and then they can cover. I mean, if they kill my copter with their anti-air, they'll probably get the power. Time to keep 2 games at once. This will be my game. I mean, the power would be pretty good for them next turn. They get to kill my copter. Well, it's not like amazing, but they get to kill my copter. They get like this tank attack. I think they could kill the pipe seam. Check. You have 0 comm towers, unfortunately, but you can use your power. You'll be attacking. That do 28. Oh no! 2 damage off. It's exact with a comm tower. Maybe I don't take the comm tower. I mean, how could I do that to them? Oh, it's my turn. Okay, I can't do it to them. Pop. Ooh. Oh. I say as though. I say after getting an luck roll right there. Honestly, very ungrateful of me. Actually, it's better to have the tank over here. And just... He definitely got the power. Here. What an annoying ridge line, like forest line to go past. Pipe runners have tank defenses, but pipe seams have neo tank defenses on the road, but with no luck involved. Honestly, every time I've played against someone, they seem to be inspired to play more, so I think it'll be okay for Mr. Red. Because they look at the profile and they go like, oh, they're way higher rated. And they just learn a lot. I really didn't want to give this tank a nice tile to hit my tank from, which is why I did all that meandering. Because I'm a Luxio, I don't want my opponent standing on nice terrain because it hurts your luck. I don't think Mr. Red is a BM timeout kind of person. I think something just came up and had to step away. Well, the green dot says they're back, but you can never trust the green dot. Why does resigning need a password? I'm not sure. I guess just so someone can't sit down at your computer and resign all your games. The dot does always lie. Never touch the green dot. Never never trust the green dot. I do need to add more little lines at the bottom. Touch the green dot. I really like that they went for the APC opener. They saw the potential. The timing just wasn't quite set up perfect, but that's okay. They would have benefited a lot from dropping off here and just picking up a farther back one to go for the comm tower. Although I don't think comm tower rushing is very wise, because this kind of thing happens to you a lot. The comm tower doesn't give you money, and if you're skipping money to get the comm tower, it double hurts. And then the bigger army just comes over and takes it from you. They're much better once you have actual standing force. Move planner be amazing. This copter has kind of no good. I don't know, I'll take it back. If Mr. Red decides not to attack over here, it's somewhat decent combo to have the copter come up here, either interrupt the comm tower or hit this tank as this anti-air kills this copter, because then I lose my air coverage, right? It does mean that the bottom basically gets sacrificed, but I think the bottom's kind of dead anyway. Like, if this copter comes in and kills my copter, it's not that big of a deal. I have other copters already covering, so going up here with a free copter smack is pretty nice in comparison. Well, sometimes we do have, I do watch viewers when they queue up in the games. Yeah, comm towers only boost the units you have, not the units you can't afford. But I think a lot of people think the comm towers, at least when they're starting out, they think the comm towers do give you money. And if they gave you money, then they're like extra important. It is true, Savage the Beast. There are some maps where you can benefit from rushing the comm tower because, like, the opponent can contest it or like artillery lock it really quickly. But you're always running into the danger of, if they can just take it instead of only contest it, then it's really painful. Comm tower rushing as Javier can be a little more important. Oh. Find out. They came back for a second. Ooh, it gave them the 6 minutes, 50 seconds back. GG, Mr. Red. I am an eagle. I'm so sorry that you didn't get to play eagle. There you go. This was such a weird... I do think there's some sort of turn advantage that goes into the center here. Maybe even the sides. But definitely the center. This was such a weird tier for tier 1 on this map. This... Where's the... Does it not have the save settings for live? That's so weird. That's so weird. If you don't know what I'm talking about, usually if you go into like globally map list, it's the first map we come to, and you go to create game, you'll have the recommended settings, so you can look at what all the like tiers are going to be on the map. The low, the mid is tier 3. Yeah, highest tier 2, lowest tier 4. So if I want to see like what's tier 4 on this map, load, then you can see the ban list. It's like Sammy's tier 4 on this map. So it's weird that they don't have that going on for the live games. But Nell's also tier 1. Is Nell supposed to be tier 1? Well, the one on the bottom is mine, I think. Oh. Maybe it's not all mine. A minor engagement. I don't know what's up with that. That went to a different map. But that's okay. GG. Active games. We got Fluffy. I had no idea Fluffy was playing. Let's see. Oh my gosh. Just entered in. Oh, let's go to. There we go. Let's make that back to being pretty. We entered in a Fluffy super turn. While Fluffy's up in money. Huge dive in down here. Bon Jovi is going to get this capture. Does have a copter to hit the medium tank, but it's a Jess copter. Not the best against medium tanks for sure, especially now that they have a Jess power active. These tanks can fight these tanks, but it can't get to the anti-air really, so that's pretty good for Fluffy. Well, yeah, eventually, unfortunately, it looks like it might have been a case of I use the normal power, you use the super power, which is a classic situation that everyone loves running into. You use them to avoid Sturm banned maps. The penguins are invading Yellow Comet. Ooh, like this thing can kill, but you get like miss out on being able to finish off the anti-air. Probably still worth it though. Oh wow, attacked up here. I'm not a huge fan of that because I guess it's fine. I was thinking now this tank can't like attack down here, but it does have like an option to attack up here. You don't really want to get closer over here anyway. Like the copter would be able to cover this, so you don't like that attack. The tank could strike up here. It does give up this city, which kind of sucks. I don't know if an infantry could have stood there. This tank can't get involved. Oh no! Infantry can hit infantry. You probably go after the full health one. The 6 health capture isn't a real threat. It takes so long. But it's fine to go after that one. You don't take much recourse, or recoil. Retaliation, there's the word. Oh, it's so unfortunate to have the tank just sit here though. I feel like it has to go for the first strike, because if you don't go for the first strike, the medium tank plus tank just clears you off anyway, and then they hit you from the city anyway. You have to go for the first strike to try and get some value. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Just super. Look at that. That was on planes 5-6. I mean, it doesn't matter in this situation exactly, just because Fluffy's doing really well. But as a general rule of thumb in those kinds of, in similar situations, I think that is the course of action you have to take. The 1 health tank battles. Ooh, so Fluffy's going to try and successfully save this city. Oh. Okay, still does. Tank can kill infantry, and then tank comes through. Specs. I imagine this anti-air just, like, these units probably just get out of here. It doesn't look very safe. The other option Fluffy could have had is to go through and just kill this tank off, but I don't think the 5 health tank is going to be too much of an issue. And the economy is low enough that repairs kind of matter. If Fluffy had infantry a little bit closer, I think that might have been what Fluffy went for. But these are a little ways away and potentially strikeable. Ooh, interesting. Decide to have the anti-air kill off that. If you're gonna body block. I don't think this ends well for Fluffy at the top. I don't know about. I think these guys had to just evacuate. You kind of want to keep your anti-air around, right? The airport's right there. Fluffy's definitely very safely ahead. You know, blunders happen. I think... Oh, as a fine resign. I think there was probably a kill anti-air and still save the city route there, but that's a fair resign. Fluffy had an amazing super. GG. Soldiers follow orders. Should look real quick at unrated active games. Well, there's only 2. We can go back to the... Let's see here. Sasha Mirror or Max Andy. I mean, we can watch Max Andy. It's such a difficult matchup for poor Andy. Andy had to use the normal power. Interesting that Max has no Air Force. Max is up by 4K though, and is kind of set, primed to another city soon. The medium tank is definitely a problem. That tank moved into copter range though. The anti-infantry won't well, it will die, but it won't die while having an infantry able to step on it. There's no high funds games, no. There was 2 standards and 2 fog. Unless one of you guys started the high funds. In 1 HP battles, the worst outcome is no unit dies. That's true. Andy versus Max matchup. My least favorite matchup. I run into it because in high funds, they put Andy and Max in the same tier. It's like in Fog where they put Grit and Javier in the same tier. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this copter is a free hit. Unless Max gets the super. The medium tank here is a real issue though, because unfortunately, Andy does not have the best income, so can't really respond with a medium tank as you would like to do. And you want a CO that gets stronger with more time? You mean more time on the clock? You get a stronger unit? Dude, Andy plays so fast. 22 minutes on the clock? Starflash, is that you? %1 stronger for each minute? So if you got 10 minutes on the clock, it's a comm tower? You're about to pick Andy in high funds. The last 2 times I've picked Andy in high funds, my opponent has picked Max. I'm always like, I want to play Sturm because Sturm is Sturm, but I don't like playing Sturm against Andy. So I'll play Andy. There's no way they'll pick Max, right? Because like Drake is too much of a threat. And then they pick Max. Wait, why'd this tank go down and hit this tank? That was the copter's job. Now what does the copter do? Oh no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Imagine that day to day in the Global League, though. 1% per minute. Start with what, 10 days on the clock? I guess you could make it if it's, you'd have to somehow divide it with like it's days in Global League and it's minutes in Live League. Oh, this is gonna be a rough turn. Max is gonna do max things, and Andy's just gonna cry as every single unit dies. And everyone who's ever played Andy is gonna be like, I know your pain. Look at that. What's an Andy supposed to do? Doesn't kill there, at least. I mean, it almost kills a tank on a property. 2, 3, 4, 5. That'd be the super reach over here. Tank managed to do a chip damage back. Impressive. Yeah. Well, it's just because Vombolt's super is it's like good, but it's not amazing. It's still pricey in high funds. So he drops a tier. Like Andy goes up a tier, Vombolt goes down a tier. And if you play Andy versus Vombolt, you'll be like, I don't know if Vombolt even makes it in tier 2, because while Max can just destroy Andy, Vombolt does barely not enough damage to be doing the one-shot things. And Andy just trollololololls all the way to the bank. Yeah, but the 10 for 10, the 10-10 matters a lot when you're dealing with like all your infantry fights and everything. In high funds, you can just get out teched vehicle wise. I mean, we have seen it still bully people. It can still bully people, but not like in standard and fog. We're having infantry just absolutely crush opposing infantry and tanks crush opposing tanks. Can like just end the game through bullying. I mean, you can pick Vombolt. You'll be like, yeah, this is a reasonable tier. I think Max could have done more damage, but it's still... Going in with those swings. If Andy had the super here, it wouldn't be the worst. It would still not be great, but it would at least have something going for him. I guess we do have dangers of Max just winning the game next turn. Andy can't do anything about it. I don't know what Andy could have done to try and stop it, honestly. I guess you'd have to send the copter back. That's GG. Oh yeah, Bumble would work well in the lower income high funds maps. On Friday, you guys will get to see my latest game, which was a high funds Sasha versus Adder. On that same high funds map you guys have seen twice already, where I played as Javier and once as Kindle. Titan's Rise, I think it's called. Good old Sasha. Max with 20k. So much confidence in the lab cap. I mean, it is unstoppable. I would still advise that you build your units, because sometimes you think something's unstoppable and it turns out to be rather stoppable. I am against Laska. Laska had the nerve to pick Andy against me. So we'll see how that goes. In an Andy mirror. Andy lost because no mega tank. Unfortunately, like, you can go mega tank against Max, but if he matches you mega tank to mega tank. I think Sasha has the biggest drop. Sammy has a big drop too. If Luffy can afford 2 mega tanks on this map, so can Andy. GG. Log standard. The Sasha mirror. On Joey again. That's all. Look at the unrated. Wow, unrated less active than. It's day 10. You can drop on into everyone's favorite mirror. I don't know. I don't like the Sasha mirror. I'm sure there's people that like it. What's my opinion on Marengo? I like Marengo. It brings me, you know, that was in the Global League when I was first starting out playing. It's very unique in that it's got that delayed start to the one base side, but it's still so balanced. It's not like, I don't think it's perfectly balanced, but it's very balanced, we'll say, which is so impressive with the one base being the one that's delayed, and it's delayed so much in comparison to the 2 base having just 1 base delayed there. still better than... On some maps, the Von Bolt mirror is no fun because you can't get anything done. They have quite a bit of time on the clock. They're no Go7. But we got some thinking. They be thunking. Sasha's super so bad. It's so bad. I think Sasha might have the worst super in the game. Because the only times it does anything is when you're already winning. Like, you have to do an astronomical amount of damage to your opponent without the help of the super. And then it just gives you more money. We're doing some big thinking here. I do agree. Marengo's a little bit... Oh, wow. Concede. Marengo is a little bit low on good openings, I'd say. The pressure. I mean, there was a copter strike, but up in income, it looks like. Well, not for too long, I guess. I mean, they'll just get tied. The comm tower, I guess the comm tower is being heavily contested. Well, this one's already captured. It did morale damage. It's the Red James. Front Gaming. Rhythmic. Wait, is this the map? This is the map that Starflash wanted to draw on because of turn advantage stuff. I don't know if they changed it at all or if... Red James, you get to be blue. Super Snipe is definitely better than War Bonds. You like Transport Copter on Marengo? That is a different opening. Do I need to refresh? Seems fine. Ooh. We try and deny? No, no way. Not against Kindle. I think the last time I played on this map, I did the... I take both comm towers. Muji 6 is your next rival you want to beat? What is this the invisible artillery? I'm trying to think of a super that's worse than War Bonds. I'm thinking. Like, War Bonds is so bad that I think Lightning Drive is better than War Bonds. I mean, the Grit's super is very situational. It's kind of like Adder's super. They're both situational, but they actually do something. Jugger, if you have bad luck. Clone Andy has a worse super, no super. No, it's just... I think, yeah, Warbonds is worse than normal power. Okay, that's true. Zero Tower Javier Super is technically worse than Warbonds. It has more, like a higher potential upside for getting you back into a game if you get a comm tower. But they give you the same number. They give you the same stats. You beat the unbeatable Poland in Live League. Nicely done. I'll have you know, I have never lost to Poland in Live League. Or maybe... I don't think so, at least. Or in live at all. There's been 2 cases where Poland alts have sniped me. I think I won both times. And then once against Poland main account? Is that right? Feel free to fact check me. That is true. I mean, Warbonds doesn't feel the worst. That's very true. Nell Super feels the worst out of all the supers. He says you're not too bad? That's great. Did Poland beat me in a Fight Miss stream? That's possible. That was a long time ago. I didn't think the Max Lightning Strike was against me, though. I think I was watching Poland play against someone else. Or was that me? I don't think that would count if I lost to the Max Lightning Strike. Ah. All the tier 0s have the worst supers. I mean, Jugger does have potentially a worse super. If you min roll every attack. I don't think I was always playing in the Fight Me streams, right? I think I would like start out playing, but I'd sometimes watch other people's. Turn 1 Hachi is the worst super? Not... Think of how broken the turn 1 Hachi is every time there's a... Like a city to offset no HQ to keep the income the same. That's pretty strong. Plus it gives you half price. You save 1,000 funds. Yeah, the pre-owned cities. There we go. Pre-owned city helps turn 1 Sensei too. I don't think I've ever beaten Starflash in live. That I can think of. I think I've only ever beaten Starflash in async. Standard Grit is the worst super? No. Standard Grit's so scary, they have him banned. You've never beaten Fluffy in live? Fluffy's tough. He's very lucky with the rolls and resorts to dirty tricks, such as not picking Sonya in a Sonya mirror and instead picking Eagle in a standard game. I jest. Or I jest. Dirty tricks. Well, I've beaten Starflash in map testing, but I don't consider map testing real games. Lash Super is worse relative to its cost. Eagle and Sonya do look so alike. It's true. It's true. We have the wall set up. The Red James at the south. It's not an amazing wall. I mean, the artillery. Well, the artillery can't quite, like, it can get onto the comm tower. 1, 2, 3. But it can't threaten this city. It does mean that, like, Muji can just kind of swing into this. Even, like, go here and try and take this city and, like, attack in range and everything, and, like, the artillery helps. So I don't know if you really want to set up a defensive formation. But that's okay. You just want to say that the Go7 Twitch stream is experiencing huge growth? Viewership is up triple-digit percentages? Did they go from 1 to 2? I know that there's been some people that pop into Twitch and then pop out. Muji is going to attack down there. I think attacking down there is wise. You're on the Lash? You're on the Forbidden Technique School of Thought? Don't do the nominal numbers, focus on the percents. You get cookies over there on Twitch? No, but I think if I have 5 people chatting at once on Twitch and 30 followers, something like that, then I get something. I don't know what I get, but it's apparently something. Was there not an option to have a full health infantry go for a capture over here? Interesting. I don't know if this is the route I would have taken, but Muji be Muji. You were steamrolled. Starflash is good. Starflash is quite good. I have a feeling that Starflash is eyeing the live tournament to follow the maps. And saying free money. But we'll see. We'll see. You could not stall against no fear aggression. Starflash has a Starflash has a lot of experience playing, and that helps in live because you just see the patterns. Or a mirror match on Scavenger. That is true. I could change the category away from Advanced Wars by Web. I might do that. I could also do retro games, stuff like that. Yeah, Enkikark hasn't been too active on the Discord, but they do have, or he does have a game going in a tournament right now. I'm not going to tag it as Reboot Camp. I think some people do still play Reboot Camp. It would have been pretty fancy if Reboot Camp had some sort of league or like ladder system, and we could have named ourselves like the Advanced Wars by Web clan or something like that. Pokemon games have a policy where any Pokemon game can be streamed under the most current version of the game. Wow. That's pretty cool. Yeah, the last time I played on this map, I went all in on controlling both comm towers, and it worked out. It was a fun strat. Anyone from the old BattleNet era where you'd have all the clans? It's a little weird to me that Muji left this wall incomplete, but I guess it's fine. The Red James didn't pounce on it or anything. Come see you on US West. Hey! You'd have CD keys, extra CD keys, so you could make bots. Good times. Mini cannons and lasers. I'm happy that there's no lasers. I don't think there's anything that damaged my units more than lasers when playing through the base games. I've been watching a lot of Grubby, actually. Play Warcraft 3. I don't know. I don't think tags is probably ever going to be supported in Global League. It might. 2v2. The problem with 2v2 is that the games take so long. I have been watching Grubby. That's a fun experience. Just watching. Very nostalgic. It does make me want to try and do a cross-game tournament where you have to play Advanced Wars by Web, Wargroove, Warcraft 3, StarCraft, chess, who's the top retro gamer? Competitive retro gamer. Ooh, the Red James. Gonna go in on the artillery. It's a little risky to go against this artillery because, you hit it, but then Muji just smacks her from the comm tower. Warcraft is a very different game to play than StarCraft. It's true. And I do usually prefer StarCraft, but I mean, I've really enjoyed watching Grubby play. Yeah, 2v2 takes forever. Because if you think 1v1 games, you basically double the time. I mean, reducing increment could technically help, but then you're putting more strain on people, and that just means that 2v2 is going to be less popular. And then it's going to be a nightmare. Because one of the big advantages that Advance Wars has is there's so much flexibility on when you can take your turns. So people who are like working full-time jobs and everything can still be playing. You've seen the Orc Light, but double the fun. I've seen a little bit of Heroes of Might and Magic 3. It looks so different to watch the competitive scene in comparison to playing casually. There's so much just like pick up a scroll and dimension door around and stuff. But that might just be the scene I was looking at. I have enjoyed playing what's that game called? Songs of Conquest? It's like a Heroes of Might and Magic 3 spiritual Songs of Conquest. It's like a spiritual successor to Heroes of Might and Magic 3. Yeet and complain about rolls. That's for the Discord to recommend. I recommend wise words. You wish there was the one day. There's the live league. One day increment. Having like in the tournaments were live, were 1 day increment, and I felt like that was too quick. That was too quick. The problem with 1 day increment is if you have only a specific time during the day that you can take your turn, you constantly go negative in time. Like if you take your turn before you go to bed, and then you are asleep, they take their turn. Or they take their turn like right after. And then the clock ticks all the way through your increment, and then you get to take your turn again. You're either like treading water or losing time. I think Advance Wars is recognizable even when speedrunning and playing competitive. I mean, the level is definitely a lot higher. And I think everyone gets a wake-up call that played the games casually and then enters into the competitive scene. But I think they recognize it. It's a tick box. You don't even match with people who are okay with it. Yeah. You didn't get a 97% roll today. You spent a lot of time complaining. I've failed a 99%. And you know what happened when I failed that 99%? I said, I knew I shouldn't have gone for that. I was like, this is greedy. I don't have a backup plan if I go for this. And it fails. Went for it and it failed. I still won that game, but... like, there was no need to go for that roll. just don't sleep. Right now, they've changed the tournaments to 1.5 day increments, which I think is a lot better. Because that way, you're not constantly losing time. You've had 5 Sonya games in the past few days. Yes, you failed a 99% in our tournament game and it was pretty costly. Yeah. I think it really helps to think of the roles as desperation things. They're things you go for if you're losing in the game and you need to find some like break to get ahead, then you go for roles. Otherwise, and it helps in that you can try and get ahead in forcing your opponent to go for roles and stuff like that. You just have to it's always a risk benefit analysis. I think I have it down here in one of the little quotes. It's like don't go for a roll unless you have a backup plan for when it fails, and it like is a good backup plan, or you have to because you've been forced into it due to being in a losing state. Because that's a way you can win games. Is you can pressure your opponent into situations where they can go for rolls. And then if their roll fails, they'll just lose. Or they'll lose a huge advantage because they have to like expose themselves to do it. Especially if they're going for a roll that's like a wall break. There's always the default backup plan of hoping your opponent screws up. That can sometimes work. But you gotta... The luck rolls, they're always just on top of your damage. So any luck percentage, it's just a pure bonus. Win the race to be the first to resign. Because I think a lot of people, they'll look at the luck roll and they'll be like, oh, the center value. They're like, oh, I'm doing 54 to 62%, so I should expect to do like 58, right? But in this case, you're doing 55 flat damage plus 0 to 9. And then there's like the 10% taken off because of the terrain star. So definitely always do your calculations around this minimum number. And do keep in mind that when you damage units, they'll get less out of their defense stars. So if like this is a 5 health, which can make me turn evil. Oh, it's going to raise the apple. Now your damage is going to do more because they're getting less. The bow tie on. Yeah, I think an artillery probably would have been wise down here, but they currently are just kind of swapping properties, right? That is swapped. Fuji just has like one more center city in the airport, so they're even. I raised the apple just as I said. Yeah. Well, you don't plan for high counters. You plan for worst possible counters. So sometimes it's going to be like, they don't kill my unit in response, or I don't take that extra point of damage so I don't get enough charge, that kind of thing. Because that is definitely another thing that can happen, is you're like, oh, I thought my unit would sacrifice for sure, and then it stands there with 1 health and blocks you. So the first, yeah. So I got my. I don't know if it's on Twitch. I could probably put it on Twitch. But there's a link to the Fiverr. It was this artist in, I think, Indonesia. She has a Fiverr. I commissioned her to make this little penguin. It wasn't too costly either, so would definitely recommend. I have thought about that being a custom CO, is they can delete units at any time. So attacking this infantry might have been a mistake. We'll see. It's just giving your opponent 4 health infantry. It's probably not going to be a mistake because like the Red James is super outnumbered at the bottom. But 4 health infantry, they will sacrifice into full health infantry. And then they'll do just enough damage that tank can kill that infantry, and then a wall can be broken through. So it's something to keep in mind. Bluff luck is a skill. Luck is skill. I say it's fine to have the petition to add Clone Andy, but I wish Clone Andy did something other than just didn't have was Andy without a super. I'd much rather have it be add in the Reboot Camp Labs that give money but have no defense stars. The Sonya question mark health. It's a little bit annoying. I think if you just do it enough and then you'll if you're very picky about your turns, it becomes less of an issue because you just look at how much charge people got from the fight and then you know how the health of the units and stuff like that. So I think it would shake up the tier 4 meta? I don't think so. Does the tier 4 meta need shaking up? It's pretty good. It might shake it up. Do I think Andy without a super would be a tier 4 CO? Maybe. It'd probably be better than Sonya in standard. Cole should get buffed. I agree. I'm fine without buffing. I'm fine without buffing COs. I think the tier system does a good job of balancing COs. I would just want some quality of life stuff. I want Sonya then to get rid of her bad luck so that she doesn't feel awful to play. Sonya, if you're not fluffy, is so tragic. Like, look at this. 46% min roll. She can fail to two-shot an opposing infantry on the road. On the road. I've had that happen. I've had that happen for opponents against me. That feels bad. I'd like removing Sonya's bad luck. I mean, I wanted Grit to get put down into tier 2, but I do think that Fog needed tier 2 to be salvaged. It was by far the worst tier for Fog. Yeah, just roll like Fluffy. Is it like... I guess you have to be on the... Oh, you're on the road. You can go negative with your first strike, your infantry, or you can go even with your first strike. Definitely less likely that you go even, though. Oh, he has a comm tower there. How did it happen before? It must have been on the road. Yeah. Because I think Fluffy first struck me and went even. Knocked me to 6, and then I knocked them to 6. Like that? Something like that. Now check. I mean, Sonya versus Sonya will be even worse. I have yet to use your multi-hit calc. I've always done it manually. But it is so bad for Sonya. Oh, you went 7-6, then 3-4. Ah, I see. I remember you first struck me and lost the fight. That is true that Sonya's more likely to hit the middle values as opposed to the extremes, because they're opposing rolls. But she's still fairly likely to hit -1 and below. Or 0 to negative and below. Because those are the ones that feel bad, and that's what matters. I mean, it's over 50%, right? If you're including 0 and negative. 0 to negative. As that whole range. It does look like it's starting to turn into a stall game, which makes sense because, I mean, we're dealing with a Drake here, and Drake would love to stall. Goes for a roll. Doesn't get it. It's only like a 30%, 33% or whatever to get the city clear when you have 1 comm tower. Usually not advised. In fact, I don't quite know why Drake went for that. Because it looks like Kindle gets some great retaliations. But it will give a lot of charge to Drake. Yeah, next time. We were just talking about why you don't want to go for rolls unless you have to. How devastating is this, though? Like, Kindle can attack from it. Kindle can use Urban Blight. It's not the worst. I mean, it's not great, but there's like a breakthrough here. Break there. You can hit the artillery, but this one still gets to tag yet. And then the rain comes. I don't think you can break through to this, as that would be very nice. You could sack here. Decided not to. I think it's probably the right choice, though. Now this tank doesn't do anything. Kind of awkward. Kind of awkward. Would this have killed, though? Power, and you're at 7. Oh, that killed. That's a guaranteed kill. So there was a rush in, kill this off, hit the artillery. But this is probably safer. Which you can keep the power up and just stay outside of both artillery range. I assume kill this tank off. You don't have to be too shenanigy about it. You hate fighting Flak and Sonya or Flak and Jugger as Sonya. Yeah, I don't think the Urban Blight's needed. Refresh so we get rid of some of these capture fields. And I don't... I assume we're killing this 6 health tank. I don't know. I mean, I don't think Kindle can get overcharged here. Maybe a tiny bit. The question is, can Drake actually make it to the super with like an all-out attack? Maybe. I'm sorry, Spiff. There will be no feedback from the contest as to why a map didn't get picked, because there are over 200 maps. However, just because a map might not win a prize doesn't mean it won't get featured in the live tournament to follow. So there'll have to be an extra... I mean, obviously the maps that win prizes will definitely get into that tournament, but there should most likely be more slots, so there'll be more maps available there. However, if you want, there is a design map Discord channel on Advanced Wars by Web Discord, and they will be the place to go to talk about ways a map can be improved and everything. There's a few reasons why a map would get cut or rejected. If there's a turn advantage problem, if the map doesn't look quote unquote fun, usually that's going to be because there might not be very nice capture routes that you can go for. Either you're locked into one, or it takes too long for the capture phase to get rolling. Did the Red James... Okay, look at that! The Red James is taking actions. The dot's yellow. It lies. Looks like we're breaking through. If the map isn't balanced, there's quite a few maps that are a little kooky. Ooh, Ooh, we're going for the normal power. Gonna hit both artillery. Like, it hits both artillery, but that's still a lot of tanks to swing back. It also interrupts a bunch of captures, which is kind of nice. Doesn't interrupt this one, though. Which is probably one that matters. There has been a map that has made it through the first round that has teleporter tiles. I will say that. Yeah, sometimes Smith, you'll have to post it again, or you can try and like at certain map committee members. Like, I think Humida does a pretty good job of responding to people. Response, Urban Blight. There's only one city to strike from to hit a tank. You can hit an infantry at the bottom. I don't think we can drill a hole to hit from here, as that would be ideal, of course. But, I mean, hitting from here is pretty good. Kill off this tank, get a hit on the artillery. Kill off as many of these other tanks as possible. Doesn't seem like the worst. It's very difficult. I guess other judges might have let some teleporter tiles through. I'll say that I let one through the first round, so there's at least one. It's very difficult to make me like teleporter tiles because I think it makes the map difficult to read, which can be a big problem for live games. But for like, it might be better for like live tournaments with the map already known and stuff. That's true. We could do a map contest for 3v3 or 4v4. It will take a while before I can have another contest or tournament that has cash prizes, but we can always do one that doesn't have cash prizes. Have to give the Patreon time to build up its funds again. Do the attack and hit the artillery. I assume we're gonna probably kill the 5 health tank. Injure this one. Was that possible to get through there? Probably not. No, Drake's got the power. You can't just like have the 1 health tank do enough damage to get the 9 health tank through with the +10 defense. Like Kindle more. Kindle definitely looks to be advantaged. I think the Red James was kind of setting up a stall situation that could have been beneficial, but then pulled the trigger. Had to use a Drake normal power. We usually frown on the Drake normal power. We really don't frown on it, but it's not as good because it takes four bars to get the normal power and only 3 more to get the super. So if you're just trying to maximize your global damage, it's a lot more cost efficient to go for the super every time. The super also makes it rain, which would make all these vehicles slower on the plains. You squall. None of them with missiles got through. At least not through me. Maybe they got through other judges. Missiles can be a little glitchy to fire, and they can also oftentimes be very turn advantage. Exasperate turn advantage, because someone gets to the missile first. Inevitably, you can't have both people hit the missile at the exact same time, and that can usually result in catastrophic attacks. Who's the lenient judge? Probably Bum. I think Humida and I might be about the same in being hard to get past. I think Bum might let more through for the first round. First round is just the judges going through the whole list, kicking the ones they don't think is going to make it, and then the next round is going to be more focused, and then on the last round, it's talking, lots of talking and testing. Just have one missile in the center. Yeah! Yeah, the combination of the missiles sometimes missing in Advanced Wars by Web, like you click somewhere and it just like it hits 2 tiles away, and the fact that there's always that nasty turn advantage involved in them makes me very much frown upon them. Yeah, this is the kind of game that converts people into always picking Kindle. Ah, Kindle's nice. I mean, Drake is supposed to counter Kindle, but you can't really be too aggressive into Kindle. You have to be... Drake counters Kindle by surviving into the late game and then global damaging away. I guess if you had to capture missiles, it might be a little more balanced. Kindle doesn't look especially strong on this map, other than just being fine. He's got decent coverage of the center with the 2 properties, I guess, to attack from. Andy counters Drake. Andy really counters Drake in high funds, but in standard and fog, it's a pretty even matchup. Might even be Drake favored. I could update the yeah. Once all the extension maps get submitted, I can, and we've finalized who made it through the first round, I can put forward the people that made it, the maps that made it. Andy counters Drake in high funds because it's so easy to make it to the Andy power. So normally you have a bit of a game of chicken between Andy and Drake about like supers and stuff, where they have to be very strategic and when they use them, because they can be hit, like the other super can kind of counter them. But in high funds, Andy can just ram into you with an Andy super, and on the next turn, pretty easily make it to an Andy normal power to make your super kind of null and void. Sometimes can even just back-to-back super you. In Fog and Standard, with the typical amount of funds, Drake gets to use his normal power and his super as usually more of the aggressor to try and kill off a bunch of Andy units. But in high funds, Andy can just be the aggressor very easily. I would say, well, there's also going to be ELO differences for how good the COs tend to work out. I think at the lower ELOs, Andy kind of crushes Drake. And then at the mid ELOs, I think Drake dominates Andy. Doesn't crush Andy, but I think is favored. And at the top, I think it's pretty. You can double normal power, but you got to remember that every time you use a power, the cost goes up. So you can't just double normal power back to back without fighting. And that can be a problem, because when Drake makes it rain, your units get slowed down. So sometimes you want to go back to back Andy normal power, but you can't actually reach this stuff to get enough charge for that back to back, and then Drake can like get another turn against your weakened units. Because Drake's goal is he's going to pop the super, do 2 damage to all your stuff, and then he's going to kill everything he can kill. Which can oftentimes leave you with very little stuff that's actually in range to fight. Right now, Kindle is like really far ahead. There's being the one city ahead, which is nice. But like the start of the turn, Kindle's almost 20k up and 10 units up. Pretty strong. Drake's going for desperation tech ups. Probably the right call. Urban Blight. Are we gonna have the tanks take out the medium tank? I think you can't do it without the Neo tank hitting you, but you have your medium tank to cover against that. We killing it? Looks like we're killing it. Seems seems like the right call. I mean, it just misses out on this tank attack. Oh, okay. Decides not to kill it. Wants the tank attack. That's fine. I wouldn't go... Well, maybe... I guess it's fine to go for the infantry attack. I'm not a huge fan of it. But... Because I'd like to have full health infantry and range to go for captures. But Drake's probably going to use the super anyway. So it's not like the infantry would be full health. How different? Eagle versus Olaf is always a nightmare to play. All the modes. I think it's scarier in high funds because while the global damage is nice, the lightning strike is so good. Yeah. Olaf can... It's dangerous. It's dangerous to be aggressive, though. Because Eagle has a very easy time getting supers out of nowhere. Doesn't have to worry about, like, oh, I send my unit in, but it's in a bad position and my opponent can just kill it off next turn. No. It can send the units into those bad positions to get the charge. And then just lightning strikes. Yeah, poor Olaf. You see that until Olaf, like, kills you in iPhones, and then you're like, never mind. I'm happy that Olaf is miserable. There are maps where Olaf's snow will just ruin you. Any map that requires, like, landers going across ocean tiles. Hawk is really good against Olaf. I did manage to win that matchup in High Funds Fog by spamming Blizzard rather than using the Winter Fury, because it does feel really bad when you Winter Fury and then the Drake the Hawk just hits you with that Black Storm, hits all your stuff for 2, heals up all your damage. Olaf is really good in live. I don't think Eagle needs airports. Eagle basically doesn't have a downside. It would have been interesting if they made Eagle have weaker ground units or ground vehicles. Eagle's too cool to have a downside. Like, what if Jess just had worse boats and nothing else? Wait, why does Jess get worse boats and worse air? And Eagle just gets worse boats. I don't know. poor. What is this balancing? It's true he's not the only CO with no downside. That's why we've got tiers. It's true. Why does Jess have worse infantry? Why doesn't Eagle have worse infantry? Eagle should have worse infantry, and the explanation should be that they're all pilots. They're not actually like infantry. You know, why doesn't Grid have worse infantry if Jess does? Yeah. Oh, he does have worse infantry, but they get a boost that counteracts it. Oh. I think Eagle would still be tier 2. Lightning Strike is very good. Eagle with weaker vehicles would actually be so sad. I don't think Eagle with weaker vehicles would be sad, unless you're an Eagle lover. I would be happy. I don't think there's a single CO I hate seeing more on the opposite side of the field than Eagle. You still have your stronger air units. That's true. How are you going to get stopped by the tank on the city? You have 2 turns to kill it. I think Kindle is pretty even. I don't think Kindle really needs to be touched. Maybe you could remove the extra firepower she gets on properties from her normal power and super, as that does seem to just kind of be tacked on. But I think she's fine. She's just good for her tier. Let's see, Colin. I think the Red James is sticking around here because Muji's so low on time. So there's opportunities for mistakes to happen. I have noticed that live games tend to go to day limit or like day 30 way more often than Global League games. People's hope is just kept alive. I've heard people say Colin should get 90 units. That would probably be a big hit. I think Colin should just have 100 units, but they cost 100? Oh, you mean 100%? Or do you mean all units cost 100? As that would be rather strong. You get day 1 mega tanks though. Stealth spam would be ridiculous. Colin rushes the airport. stealth every day. No, 100%, 100%. Gold Rush is mighty good. The cities give 80. Would you guys change Sasha to have her power scale with the fund level so that she's not like breaking low funds but incredibly hampered in high funds? Joining OB. Well, your units join and they will give you the funds that they're currently worth. So if your units cost 90%, then they will join as costing 90%. Like if you use a Hachi super and all the units cost 50%, they will join at 50% and they'll give you power at 50% for like gaining power and losing power and stuff. Or not losing power, but just gaining power. For your opponent and yourself. Well, for yourself, you're not gaining any power because, of course, you have a power active. But your opponent will get less charge. Sasha should drain your enemy's soul. What if joining units gave you double the value that it normally would be? That would be pretty fancy. That could be a CO's day-to-day. I don't know if that would be broken. It'd be nice. If they could also join full health units together, that would probably be a little strong. But if they're still restricted to only using injured units, that might be okay. Well, the joining to make money is something you do as sensei. Like all the back cities, their infantry and mechs join together. You want Grim with 150 attack. What was that Urban Blight for? Just to injure the Neo tank? The extra stats, I guess? Huh? That allows the land units to walk on the seas. The problem with COs like that is that it's kind of like the Sturm problem. There's going to be a lot of maps where you just get banned because you break. Red James has resigned. GG. Yeah, I think attacking in here was kind of the turning point. It's rough. I think Drake really just has to weather the storm until you hit the super, and then the matchup changes. GG, well played. Oh my god, we're 30 minutes over. I hope everyone enjoyed. Here is an apple. I wish you all a good night, and thanks for watching.
It's Go7, king of the penguins. Of all the penguins, he is king. It's Go7, king of the penguins. Being king of the penguins.